Hi, everyone. Welcome back to The Torch. I'm Jake.
And I'm Kimberly.
And today on The Torch, we're going to be talking about Main Street Matters, a program that's very near and dear to our hearts. Kimberly, what is Main Street Matters?
Yeah, so we are very excited and proud to launch Main Street Matters, which is a new initiative by BBB serving the Pacific Southwest to really elevate and promote the importance of Main Street businesses in our American economy. And it's not just a marketing campaign, it's also a grant program for small business owners to really sustain and survive during these difficult times. So, Jake, you and I had talked last year about actually making season 2 of The Torch all about Main Street businesses. And this is something that's really important to Better Business Bureau because the heart of our membership has been and always will be Main Street entrepreneurs. And when we talk about Main Street, we use it kind of as a catch all, but Main Street is really the types of business you would see anywhere in Main Street, USA, be it a barbershop, a bakery, a florist, an HVAC company.
And these are the types of businesses that are being particularly hit hard by the COVID-19 crisis.
No, it is. Yeah, it's absolutely. So the thing about Main Street businesses is they have always been essential in our economy. And now it's taken a crisis like this for some groups of people to fully realize how essential they are. So at Better Business Bureau, serving the Pacific Southwest, we've always recognized that Main Street businesses are essential and we've always had a passion for them. And with this crisis, we just saw it as the perfect time to launch this campaign to show our support for Main Street businesses, to offer additional resources to Main Street businesses, and to really elevate their role in our society because unfortunately, they are left behind oftentimes, especially in entrepreneur circles. And this is something I've been advocating for the last 3 years that I've been at Better Business Bureau is I've worked a lot with startups and in the tech community, and there's lots of great synergy. But all too often, our Main Street businesses are left behind because maybe they aren't seen as the next Facebook or Microsoft, but really they make an important impact in our economy. And actually, none of the other businesses could exist without their services, right? And a lot of them are very profitable. So the timing was right to launch this campaign. And we also know that it is a very dire time for our Main Street businesses, with many of them being closed over the last 2 months. Some have been able to pivot and continue to sell, and a lot of them are deemed essential, but that doesn't necessarily save them, right? I mean, they're still working with consumers who have lost their jobs, so overall spending is down. So we knew there was something that we had to do, and we just felt really called to do more for our businesses. So that's where the grant component came in.
So, Kimberly, who can apply for the Main Street Matters grant?
Great question, Jake. So there's a lot of FAQs on our website. When you visit it, you can get any major question you might have about the grant application answered. The grant is open to any business that's in good standing with the Better Business Bureau. And one of the main criteria for that is you have to really uphold our standards for trust. And we have a series of standards for trust listed on our website, so you can read more about those there. We're really looking to help those businesses that have not been fortunate enough to receive other funding or forms of emergency money during this time period. So if your business has been one of the lucky ones to receive the PPP loan from the SBA or the EIDL relief funds from the SBA, you're actually ineligible to apply for this program. And we're also encouraging folks, if they've received other grants from their cities or chambers of commerce, to consider not applying, just so that the folks who are really in the most dire need are able to access this emergency money. And the grants that we're offering right now are around $500 to $1,000. So we realize it's not a massive amount of money, but it could be a life-changing amount of money if it's really what keeps your lights on, what literally keeps your lights on, right? What helps you pay your rent or pay your employees this month, especially as some businesses are starting to reopen and the economy seems to be reopening. We're hoping that it is kind of this measure that will allow people to survive so that they can get back to where they were in their business.
That's great. I think it's a really great resource for businesses who are, maybe they may be at a tipping point and $500 may save them. So BBB hasn't entered into this venture alone. We've put up some money for the funds, but we've had a few donors. Can you talk about those organizations who's kind of stepped up to help smaller organizations during this weird time that we find ourselves in?
Absolutely. So again, like I can't emphasize this enough. This was really an organic movement that was built within our staff, coming from our employees across the board all the way up to our CEO. It was something we wanted to move on. And so the seed funding from this program comes from Better Business Bureau, but we knew and expected that we would receive just a completely massive amount of applications, which has happened. And so we knew we couldn't do it alone, and we need community partners to help us fund all of these Main Street businesses that are in a time of crisis. So we were so grateful when Desert Financial Credit Union, which is based in Arizona, stepped up to the plate and came in as a matching partner to BBB. Their funds will serve businesses in Maricopa County. That being said, Jake, we have received over 600 small business applications. The need is genuinely there for those 600 plus businesses. We don't have the funds to award grants to all 600 plus businesses, and we want to. So with the help of additional donors who may be able to step up to the plate with various size donations, we would love to be able to give more grants to help these business owners. And another important thing I want to mention, Jake, is 100% of the donations are going right back to these business owners. So BBB is completely passing through and administering this grant program as a service to our business community. And something else that I'm really proud of is lots of our employees at BBB have even made personal donations, and family members of employees at BBB have made personal donations because they know how much these businesses are struggling right now, and they really feel called to help however they can. So we're super grateful, and we're just really proud of our team, but we know that there's so much need and we want to do more.
And that's an important thing I think that you hit on, Kimberly, is that of course we're looking for more partners to help us fund the grant program, but the donations are absolutely open to individuals, and no donation is too small. Every cent that you donate to this program will go to a business in need.
Truly. I mean, that is exactly right, Jake. So when it comes to you as an individual, you're able to make a donation through our BBB website. And of course, because we are a charitable organization, it's tax deductible. And your business or company or corporation is able to make a business donation and gift. And once you consult with your tax advisor, that can also be deductible as a business expense or a charitable gift. So no donation is too small. We have received gifts as small as $5 up to $1,000 from individual donors, and everything is truly appreciated. You don't know how much it means to these small business owners. In fact, as part of the application process, the business owners are submitting videos. And that's something that sets our program apart from some of the other grant programs and even loans that are going on right now. We wanted to see the face and hear their story, and it's really heartbreaking because lots of these businesses have been around for 5 or 10 plus years, and because they're running on thin margins and because they have staff to pay and employee benefits, they just can't survive for very long without customers. So when you see these videos and read the applications, it's heartbreaking, and that's another reason we want to do everything that we can in our human power to try and fund all of these applications.
Speaking of reasons to get involved with this program, we were able to get in touch with Desert Financial Credit Union. We're going to be playing the interviews that we have with them right now, just so that you can get a sense of who our donors are and why they chose to give back to their communities. So here's Gary Sneed from Desert Financial Credit Union. Okay, hi everyone. I'm here with Gary Sneed. He's the Senior Vice President and Chief Lending Officer at Desert Financial Credit Union. He's also on our board of directors. How you doing, Gary?
I'm doing great, Jake. It's good to see you today.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in quite a while, so it's like nice that we get to do this little thing.
Even if it's a little virtual, it's still good.
Yeah, yeah. So Desert Financial Credit Union is a community champion donor for our Main Street Matters grant program that happens to be the largest donor category. And we wanted to talk to Gary today a little bit about community involvement and their involvement with the Main Street Matters program specifically. So Gary, right off the bat, I just want to know, what is the philosophy that Desert Financial follows in regards to community involvement?
Sure. Glad you asked that question. So, we developed a few years ago our mission statement, and I can honestly say some of the organizations I've been in the past, something that goes on the wall and nothing happens, but we truly try to live our mission, vision, and values every day at Desert Financial, and I believe it's what makes our organization unique, and it is, at least from an employee standpoint, without a doubt. And what that is that we really believe that relationships drive success, not just for Desert Financial, but for all organizations. And in that regard, for Desert Financial, when we have success, we share that success with our members, with our community, and our employees.
And sharing that success, the proof is in the pudding. You've been a longtime partner with BVB in supporting the business community. So we want to thank you guys for that. So why were you drawn specifically to the Main Street Matters grant program?
Especially in these unprecedented times, we have seen there are so many communities, members, consumers, and businesses that are clearly being stressed. No one had any anticipation for such a shock to our economy, to our ways of life. We've tried to be very proactive in helping our members, and similarly helping our communities, where we've had outreach and we've made large donations to some of the food banks in town. And in similar fashion, we want to make sure that we can do all we can to help businesses, especially the small businesses that are truly the backbone of our economy.
Yes, it seems, when we help each other, we all rise, we all, benefit from it.
Absolutely.
So in that vein, why do you think it's important, right now, especially for us to support each other?
Well, I think, one, we're all in this together. And that may sound cliche. I know I've heard it numerous times lately, but we are all in it together. And one of the things that I've drawn on, and I know many in our organization has, is that, and I used this phrase the other day in a meeting that we had, even though, we're work at home, we've taken almost 500 people out of our main office and deployed them to work at home. And even though we're all geographically further apart, I think as a team, we've come closer together because we're working to, solve problems, help members, help the community, and so forth. And I just think the nature of the pandemic, and most likely with any emergency, it draws people together. And seeing that has truly been a plus. If we can make, lemons out of lemonade, so to speak, for me, it's been a real plus to see not just Desert Financial, communities and people all over the organizations around town, and similarly at the BBB.
We just want to express how thankful we are to have a partner like Desert Financial Credit Union in this grant program. And we're going to keep on supporting the community and hopefully making this trying time a little bit better for people.
We value our partnerships, and I've been with the BBB organization for 5 years or more now. And I applaud the leadership of the BBB for developing the Main Street program. We've seen our government take action, and many other organizations taking actions to help small businesses. We've seen them help large businesses. I think the program that the BBB put together was really to be a Main Street micro business assistance program. And that is what drew our attention to the program and said, hey, we want to help partner with you to provide assistance to the small businesses in need. So we're always proud to be a partner with the BBB, and your leadership to develop a program like this to help the micro businesses is to be applauded.
Thank you for hopping on the call with me today, Gary. It's been great. We appreciate your partnership.
Thank you so much, Gary. We are so grateful for the generosity of your organizations, and we know that your funds are going to impact the lives of so many business owners in a way that is truly remarkable. So we appreciate your generosity, and we just encourage anyone that's listening who feels compelled, again, to make a personal or a business donation. one other thing I wanted to mention is if you don't have the means right now, because we do know it's a very difficult time, we're also accepting in-kind donations. We don't want anyone who applies to this program to walk away empty-handed. And at this exact moment, we don't have the funds to give grants to every business owner who is very deserving and in need. But they also have other business needs at this time. So some of them need assistance with their taxes, with consulting around their financials. Some of them need IT help, website help, social media help. So if you're a business owner that's listening and you feel like that's something you'd love to give, you're also able to indicate that on our donation form. If you'd like to give something in kind, we of course would love to recognize your business donation in that way, and we would be happy to pair you up with a business owner who is in dire need right now. And so that is another thing that makes our Main Street Matters program very unique, is it's not just throwing cash at the problem. We know money helps a ton right now and you can't downplay that, but there are also other tangible business needs that our Main Street business owners have across their business, right? And so if there's another way that you're able to assist during this time, please reach out to us.
And Kimberly, as a final point, how can people get involved with the program, whether they want to apply or donate to help fund businesses in need?
Great question, Jake. So the easiest URL to remember is mainstreetmatters.org. That's mainstreetmatters.org. That will take you to our BBB website where you can learn more about either applying for the Main Street Matters grant or becoming a donor to our program, be that a financial or an in-kind donation. So please visit mainstreetmatters.org.
Kimberly, is there like an application deadline for the grant? Is there a cutoff date? Am I too late if I want to apply?
I feel like a little bit like it's an infomercial, like, wait, there's more. So another awesome thing about the Main Street Matters program is we know folks have this kind of scarcity mindset and are so rushed right now because with the PPP loan especially, it was basically first come, first served. We wanted to build something that was the opposite of that, essentially. At Better Business Bureau, we wanted it to be an ongoing support. So the way that we have designated our funds and really planned out the program, the Main Street Matters program will run for the next 4 months through the end of August. And if we are fortunate enough to receive donations from other organizations and individuals, we'd love to run this program, for many more months beyond August. So what that means is you are absolutely not too late to apply. The applications are being accepted on a rolling basis. And I will tell you, you should try and apply in the first 2 weeks of every month if you wish to be considered that month for funding. But you are able to apply at any time online. And again, you can find out more information on mainstreetmatters.org. And once you do apply, one of the final questions in the application is, would you like to be considered again in an upcoming month if you're not able to be awarded the funding right now? So that's another way to help business owners during this time so that they don't have to constantly be reapplying. They can just roll their application over. But you are absolutely able to apply in May, or if you want to wait and see how your business is going, or if you're waiting to hear back on the status of your PPP application, you can come to our website and apply in June or July or August. So please just check out mainstreetmatters.org for more information. And that's street, ST, not spelled out, but mainstreetmatters.org.
Awesome. And if anyone has any questions about how the program works or they want to get involved, absolutely, your first stop will be mainstreetmatters.org. But you can also send an email to The Torch at thetorchpodcast@bbbcommunity.org.
Thanks for having me as a guest on our own show today, Jake.
You're very welcome. We'll have you on the show anytime.
Super. I think I'll take you on.
Until next time, everyone, this is Jake.
And this is Kimberly.
And we are The Torch.
The Torch.